everybody. So I told you guys that I am officially back. Yay! But one of the things, I don't just want to stick to, just doing hair videos, but I also want to just share more personal things about me and things that I like. One of the things I like deep conversations. I like deep talk. One of the things I really enjoy is pop culture. I really enjoy pop culture. I know I'm nosy. I like to know people's business. So there's been so much in the news recently about celebrity couples, and I wanted to give my take on all these celebrity couples. So in my little cracked phone here, I actually want to talk on some several couples. One of the main couples that I hear talked about all the time, especially if you want to say in urban culture, is Tyga and Kylie Jenner. So one of the things about Tyga is I've known who Tyga was for at least, how old am I now? For at least 12 years I've known who he was. I was a big B2K fan, and he was trying to rap or whatever back in the day, and he was in a group or something. But Tyga's been there from, just like Jhené Aiko. They were in the B2K days. They were associates or whatever. So he's been out for a while. Me and him are around the same age. I think he's maybe like a year older than me. We're the same age. So I know who Tyga is. And Kylie, I've been watching the Kardashians, knowing of the Kardashians, who coincidentally Kim was an associate of B2K, sort of, in a way. She modeled for Chris Stokes, the manager of B2K, and who also Razby and other allegations said that he molested them or whatever. She modeled for his Jean line back in 2006, 2007. Being an avid B2K fan, I kept hearing about her name, and Chris Stokes asked her to. She was like the face of his brand, his Jean brand. That's from how I was introduced to Kim Kardashian. So my opinion of her is different from most people. Sorry, I live 15 minutes away from the airport, so it's always a plane flying past me. Is different from others because the way I got to know her is through boy bands, and same thing with Tyga. I don't know, is Tyga part of Young Money? To be honest, guys, I really don't keep up with music of today. I listen to more underground music. I like, if something's gonna go in my brain, in my mind, it has to inspire me. There's some ratchet songs that I like Trap Queen, but I'm not, I have to be inspired. So, and I'm really not into the mediocre stuff, but I think he's a part of Young Money. Anyway, I don't know why I told you guys the history. Oh, I told you guys that history because basically, so the way I'm introduced to those people is in that way, and I'm sure because Tyga was somehow affiliated with the whole B2K crew, and so was Kim Kardashian. But Ray J was connected to B2K. Kim dated Ray J. Obviously, you know that from the sex tape. And Tyga was affiliated with B2K, and so everybody was affiliated with each other. So they've known each other for years. These people are not brand new to each other. They've known each other for years. Now, getting back to the subject at hand, Tyga is now dating Kim Kardashian's 17-year-old sister that will be 18 next month. I don't have a problem with them dating. You may say, what? But let me rephrase that. It's not that I don't have a problem with them dating. I don't have a problem with their age difference, maybe. But there's plenty of people who date people who are older than them. That is not the issue. They're not even 10 years apart. I think, for me, after 10 years is something you have to question. But they're in the same generation, they're not even 10 years apart, so it's not even an age thing. And then some people might say, but she's underage. And my thing is that, okay, she owns a house, she owns businesses. Tyga's baby mama, Blac Chyna, when he met her, she didn't have any of those things, and she's older than Tyga. So when you put that on the same thing, so in Hollywood you grow up fast. So there's a big difference there, and it just in my opinion. But what I do have a problem with, however, is that last year Blac Chyna was best friends with Kim Kardashian. She was best friends with Kim Kardashian. They posted pictures of them working out. Me being the nosy person that I am, when Kendall, I think it was Kendall, who it was either Kendall or Kylie had a birthday party at Six Flags, and they invited Tyga, Blac Chyna, and Blac Chyna's mama. When King, Blac Chyna, and Tyga's son had his first birthday party, Kourtney went to the birthday party, and it was a family birthday party, and gave gifts. So these are people who've known each other for years. Kim, Kourtney, Kendall, Kylie, Khloe, all of them, Kris, they all were friends with not just friends with Tyga from knowing him for years, but they were friends with Blac Chyna. They went to each other's family events. They knew each other's family members, and that's where I feel like there's a real problem there. It's not, and there was pictures of Blac Chyna and Kylie posted pictures of them going to get their nails done. Here comes another plane. But anyway, there was pictures of them going to the nail salon with each other. They were girls per se, and so for out of nowhere, for your friend's little sister, okay, that you took under your wing, to come behind you and go and snatch up your man, that's where I have the problem. That's where I think the real issue lies. I think people focusing on saying, oh, Tyga's not a pedophile. Pedophile is somebody who's 40 years old, looking at a little 8-year-old, a little under, or it could be a 16-year-old. I mean, it's different, If you're gonna call him a pedophile, you might as well call J-Lo, Madonna, Mariah Carey, Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z and Beyonce are 12 years apart. Kylie and Tyga, I think they're 8 years apart. Okay, so they're 8 years apart. Jay-Z and Beyonce are 12 years apart. And there was a rumor a couple years back that they dated before she turned 18. It was like a whole thing in 17 magazine. It was like 3 years ago or whatever. So if you're going to get mad at that, then you need to get mad at all the other Hollywood people who date people 20 years, 12 years, 15 years, 40 years younger than them. So I don't think the problem with them is their age. The problem is that they knew it wasn't her baby daddy wasn't just dating some young little girl that was in high school or whatever. It had nothing to do with that. Kylie gets homeschooled. She owns her own house. She has all that. The real problem that lies and where I have a big issue is that she was best friends, not best friends, but technically they were besties. They were taking pictures. She was family friends, and now the little sister's gone off with her man. That's the issue I have with them. Yeah, that right there is a big issue, and the fact that her sisters are co-signing on it, I have issue with that, But again, we're not there. We don't know the full story of what goes on behind closed doors, so we can't really, judge the situation completely. But from what I see, I think people need to stop focusing on their age. People need to really focus on the fact that it's wrong. You cannot date somebody that you're best friends with, somebody that you're close with. Man, I don't care if you knew the man for 15 years. That's just something that's just not right. Okay, on to the next couple. I think the next couple I had was we'll go to, I think, Timberland. Let's go to some grown folk love. So Timberland and his wife, last year there was a report they were going to get a divorce. Next thing I know, wait, there was a report they were going to get a divorce, and she asked for child support for her son that's not Timberland's son, because Timberland basically took in the son, raised them, and whatnot, whatever. Next thing I know, they're not going through a divorce, and she's the stylist on Empire. Yeah, she was the one putting together some of Cookie's outfits, and he was producing the music on Empire. Empire is this big, colossal hit of a show, and now all of a sudden, Homegirl is asking for a divorce. So I don't know if she saw the success of the show coming, or maybe he made a deal with her, make you a stylist of the show, you get your own money. I don't know, but something right there just doesn't seem right. Another plane. Something right there just, it's like she was plotting, kind of a thing. Like, alright, this show's making some money, now I can get more. Or I'm making money on Empire right now. I have my own, I don't know. But that's definitely something to watch. It's just a lot of fishiness. It's just funny how before Empire, she asked for a divorce. While Empire premiered, she withdrew it. Empire is successful. Now she's back into the divorce. It could be, it maybe has nothing to do with money. It could be nothing to do with money. Maybe she try to give it a try, try to go on business with him, try to see if their relationship can grow. And through working on the show together, and it's still to no avail, it still failed. I don't know. I don't want to judge, but from the outside looking in, I'm just giving my opinion on what I think. The next celebrity couple I want to talk about is, we'll do Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill and Safaree, that whole big hot mess. You see, Nicki Minaj and Safaree are from my hood, right? So I always rooted for Nicki, before, never, when she did all that craziness. Sometimes I'm like, but I knew who she was for a long time before she hit mainstream media, when she was doing her mixtapes and everything, because where she's from is not that far away from where I'm from, and people know people, and it's a small world. So I've always rooted for her, to see somebody who has a Caribbean background like mine, somebody basically from the same area as me, make it. And and I've always been intrigued by female rappers ever since I was a little kid. I wanted to be Little Kim, anyway, that was a phase. But so basically, Safaree and Nicki have been together for years, over 10 years they were together. And Safaree, whenever you saw pictures, he was in the background. He was always there for her. While her career exploded, he put his career on the back burner for her. Come to find out, she was cheating with Meek Mill 2 years prior to their breakup. Meek Mill was always around. I don't know if he was buddy with Safaree, but he was chilling. He was chilling with Meek Mill, just like Karate Chop, Kukui. No, let me stop. Chris Brown, poor little, oh God, Lord Jesus, the girl, that's what Chris Brown, her, was hanging out with Nia Guzman, the baby mama of Chris Brown. There's pictures of them together, there's pictures, everything. So they all hung out with each other. I think that was really messed up of Nicki to do that. But again, I don't know the whole situation. I don't know how he acted towards her. I don't know. But I would think that's really jacked up. You let 2 years pass by, and now you want to break up with him. You cheated on him 2 years ago. You could have just broken up with him then. But life, such is life. And honestly, I don't know if I really, I don't know if I really like Meek for Nicki. I'm just saying that. But you can be whoever. It's not my place to say she should be with this person or that person, or this person would be better for her. But it's just, and I don't know her, so I can't. But what I can say is I don't like the pairing of those two. I just don't. But Safaree is dating this new girl. She's like a video vixen model girl. She's very pretty. I forgot her name, but I will post a picture of her right here in this box so you can see she's very pretty. Um, yeah, and there was some online report saying she was an African princess. That's not true at all. She's mixed with, I believe, Ecuadorian or something like that. She is not an African princess. But she's still very pretty. The next and final couple I would like to talk about is Ciara and Russell Wilson. So basically, I like the both of them. I was very upset at Ciara, and I had a big discussion with one of my friends. And one thing, okay, before we even just talk about Ciara and Russell, we're gonna talk about Ciara and Future. See, Ciara, I was very upset at her because Ciara, she basically, I've seen her in person, and she's very beautiful girl. She can be anybody she wants to, and so I'm gonna say that about her, okay? But one thing I do have to say is, women, we have to stop making excuses for other women and their dumb mistakes. We have to stop, because if we make excuses for women, right, who choose to be with cheating men, lying men, all this, whatever, guess what? We're enabling them, and in return, they're enabling those men, and it's a cycle. But if we call people out on, no, that is berserk, that's crazy, guess what? And people may not like it, but at the end of the day, it's going to help this cycle. So I believe she's Future's fifth or fourth baby mama. I think she's his fifth baby mama. And he has when she got with him, he had 4 children with 4 different women. The youngest one's still a baby or a toddler, whatever you want to call it. The youngest one was still a baby, young little one, okay, not in grade school. So I don't care if you are the Queen of England. That just because you are with somebody who had, doesn't mean that you're any different than anyone else. Just because, you know what I mean? So Future, baby mama, they all got along. I'm like, oh Lord. And she said, well, I know the real him. I was like, ooh, flag raised when she said that. And I've seen Ciara with Future in person before. And I was like, at first I didn't like them together because of that fact. It wasn't that I was judging he had a whole bunch of baby mamas, a whole bunch of different children. It wasn't that. It was the fact that they were all, close in age. The youngest one was a baby. And Ciara, very pretty girl, she could be with anybody she wants to. Anybody she wants to. She has money, she's the fashion world loves her. She could be with anybody. If she wants to be with a hood guy, she could be with a good hood guy. She doesn't have to be with somebody with a lot of drama. One baby mama is enough drama, but when you have 4, that's a lot of drama that she didn't have to take on. And when I saw that, I was like, oh no, like, she is too pretty for this drama. She needs to focus on her career. She needs to focus on the fashion and the deals and the endorsements that she has. And shout out to her. She's the brand ambassador of Topshop USA. So shout out to her. So I was already upset. But when I saw them together, I was like, you know what? In person, seeing them in person, I was like, you know what? They're actually a cute couple. When I saw the 2 of them physically in person. Fast forward, everybody saw it coming. Their engagement got broken off. She became a single mother to a newborn baby. Was I surprised? No. Was the rest of the world surprised? No. Now she's with Russell Wilson, who I think that's the first person she should have been with. But usually a lot of good girls, they like the hood guys. And Ciara, she has a history of dating 50 Cent. Bow Wow, he's a good guy, even though he's a rapper. We all know him since he was a little kid. He's not like hood. But Ciara had a thing for rappers, hood guys. And but I felt like Russell Wilson should have been her first place. In the first place, he has a good head on his shoulder. He's a good Christian boy. He knows what he wants. He goes after it. And the fact that Ciara decided to be with Russell, I was very happy for her. But now, because of who Ciara dated, Ciara's judged now. She's judged. She has a scarlet letter. So I was on Russell's Instagram, and people were going in on Ciara, like how, like they were upset that Russell, because Russell is known for being like a Christian player. He's like a Christian, I'm sorry, he's like a Steph Curry of football. So people were upset at that. But then a lot of people were upset. And it was kind of like Ciara finally is with the person that I feel like she should have always been with, but now because she kind of has this scarlet letter because of who she chose to be within her past relationship, now she's not good for him according to the world standards. So it's kind of like, but I love them together. They're beautiful. Some people were saying they feel like it's a setup to get their images back up because before Russell signed his deal, he was married to a white blonde girl, and people dogged him out, called him a sellout. Russell Wilson is black. Just because he has straight hair doesn't mean he's mixed. He's a black man. And so Russell got a lot of flack for being married to a white woman. He divorced her. And Ciara, obviously, I just explained the whole history between her and Future. So some people were saying that it was to get their reputations back up because Ciara kind of tarnished her image because of Future and the whole thing with Russell and his wife. I don't know about all of that, but that is a good theory, whoever came up with that. I don't know about all that, but I can say I do like them together. People had a controversy because Russell said that, what did he say? He said that God told him that him and Ciara must be celibate together. People think it's crazy, whatever. Obviously, if you watch the previous video, I'll link it in the description box with me and my boyfriend, you will see that it's not really that hard if you are with a man. I myself am on that journey, and it's not that hard if you are with a man who really is after God, and who really is disciplined enough. It's really not that hard. And it's not a fantasy, it's not fake, it can happen. I'm a living testimony, I'm a living witness. So I really like that fact. And I think that their relationship will, but I do think that, I told my business on my YouTube video with my boyfriend because to help and encourage other people. However, I don't go around the street talking about, I don't have sex, because I think that's personal. I think your sexuality, I think if you're having sex or not having sex, that's personal. That's just how I am. I don't think that's something nobody's with you when you're doing it. So why are you telling other people? Like, I really, and the thing is, especially what I've learned over the years, when you tell people that you're abstaining from sex, people judge you. People tell you it's not real. So my camera shut off, so I don't know where it ended. But until next time, guys, bye.